What is up, everybody? It's your boy John NBA back with another video. As you may already saw in my recent video, I had given my prediction based on the Eastern Conference. Now in this video, I'll be giving my predictions based on the Western Conference. Now let's get to it. The Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. What I saw in Game 1, the Minnesota Timberwolves looked like they had absolutely no answer for Denver at all. The Denver Nuggets played fantastic. I mean, from the first half all the way to the end, I thought this could have been a series that could possibly go to 6 or 7 games due to the depth that both teams have on their roster. But Minnesota have two key pieces that are out in this series, one Naz Reid and two Jaden McDaniels. These are two guys I think Minnesota definitely would have needed in order to be a real threat against this Denver team. But I wouldn't take that as an excuse for Minnesota, because based on Game 1 and the way I saw these guys played in Game 1, they were just awful. I mean, Cat put up just 11 points, shooting 1 for 7 from three-point range. That's not like him. Anthony Edwards also struggled from the field. Now, to be honest with you guys, I honestly don't trust Denver to make any noise in the playoffs. I mean, you could pretty much say a lot of NBA fans, including myself, have doubted them due to the years prior till now. But they're fully healthy and loaded now that Jamal Murray is back and fully healthy, including Michael Porter Jr. And in order for Minnesota to really win this series, they have got to be better, especially when you have Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert down there in the paint. They have got to be dominant. Same thing goes for the rest of the team. Now, I still think this series can be a series, but I have Denver taking this series in 6 games. The Phoenix Suns versus the Los Angeles Clippers. I really like this series matchup because on paper, you have many people that were saying how the Los Angeles Clippers were underdogs, and Game 1 proved that they weren't close to being underdogs, not one bit. Although it was only one game, and the Suns came back with momentum and took Game 2 by storm. I mean, a huge performance by Devin Booker, KD, Chris Paul, and the rest of the crew. But I really think the Clippers can take Phoenix to at least 6 to 7 games. Now, I know the loss of Paul George is obviously leaving the Clippers hanging, but again, even before the start of the series, I never saw the Clippers as underdogs. I mean, their bench is deeper, their rotation is legit 10 to 12 players if they wanted to play as such. Phoenix can really play only a few guys. I mean, you talk about probably 7 to 8 players if Monty Desasa played them enough. I mean, just think about the minutes and how staggered it's going to be for them depending on how long the series will go for. So if I'm Ty Lue, I'd take a real good look how the Clippers rotation can beat theirs. Because come on, Phoenix are going to have to rest players eventually, especially with their grueling schedule, because the fact of the matter is, did you know that the Clippers and the Phoenix Suns will play every other day through the first 4 games, which will be making them the only teams in the West with less days off compared to all the other teams in the playoffs. And like I said before, the depth that the Los Angeles Clippers have compared to the Phoenix Suns will say a lot in these playoffs. You watch. Now, there's something else that really caught my attention based on this series. It's about 2 players, Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant. Former teammates, we know how that is. We've heard some fans talk about, okay, this will be the first time KD will be going against his former teammate Russell Westbrook in a playoff series. I remember Russell Westbrook stating that there was no beef between him and KD. But knowing that, brother, I know he's going to be looking for a vengeance. He clearly made that statement in both games 1 and 2. Whether he's scoring, rebounding, defending, he's always going to find a way to make an impact. I feel like this series can go either way. Before the series even started, I thought I would have gone with the Phoenix Suns. But based on the first 2 games of the series, I think I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Clippers in 7. The Golden State Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings. Ladies and gentlemen, the long wait is officially over. 17 years later, the Sacramento Kings are finally in the NBA playoffs since 2006. And what an atmosphere it was in both games 1 and 2. Pure emotion from the fans, the entire arena, the atmosphere. Malik Monk had a spectacular game, dropping 32 points in Game 1, and De'Aaron Fox with 38. Both men combined for 70 points. And let's not forget taking Game 2 as well. The Sacramento Kings are here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I must say, Sacramento has already taken both Games 1 and 2. And usually I would come out and say, don't ever underestimate the heart of a champion. And that's the defending champs, the Golden State Warriors. But with the loss of Draymond Green in the upcoming Game 3, due to being suspended, the Golden State Warriors are in jeopardy. Now, I don't want to count them out, I do believe this series can go to 7 games. With Sacramento being a young team and being in their first playoffs in 17 years, although they have a few veterans who have already been in the playoffs before, their experience is not comparable to the Golden State Warriors. But based on how it's looking, Sacramento looks like they're going to be just fine. I thought I would have the Golden State Warriors in 7, but what has transpired so far, I think I might have to go with the Sacramento Kings to win this series in 7 games. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. This series right here, what I saw in game 1 changes everything about this series. I honestly thought this would have been a tough matchup for the Lakers, but now that Ja Morant, who had suddenly injured his right hand, and now it's looking like it's in jeopardy that he'll probably be out moving forward, and how the Lakers just bluntly took over in the fourth quarter with a 13-0 run in like the last couple of minutes in the fourth quarter, and the fact that it wasn't the LeBron and AD show, it was the Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura show. I mean, from D'Lo to LeBron to Anthony Davis and again Hachimura and Austin Reeves, the Lakers gave us a show in game 1, ladies and gentlemen. They have more depth now, obviously, and way more experienced players. And the Memphis Grizzlies, being a tough, gritty team as they are, they can still make this series interesting. But with the loss of Ja Morant, I personally don't think that it's going to be enough to eliminate the Los Angeles Lakers as we saw in game 1. Because once he was gone, that game switched up real quick. Now, I thought I would have had a hard time deciding which team can actually win this series. But once again, with the loss of Ja Morant and the more depth that the Lakers have now, I honestly don't see the Memphis Grizzlies winning this series. So therefore, I have the Los Angeles Lakers to win this series in 6 games. Please, 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 ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All my social media links are down in the description below. Don't forget to also leave a comment and share who are your predictions in these Western Conference playoffs. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Till next time, Jono out.